Hey guys, it's me, Carly, coming at you with another video. And I'm going to do a video on why I stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl. So, one of the main reasons is that I kind of just fell out of it. Got busy, had better shows to watch, like Black Lightning and A Series of Unfortunate Events. Which, I mean, I have the CW app on my phone, but I just can't bring myself to watch Supergirl. So reasons why I kind of stopped watching Supergirl. One, season 2 like really turned me off because what was I watching on my? Oh, I was watching The Fosters. Besides, which they come on at the same time, but the reason I kind of stopped watching Supergirl and just fell out of it is partly because of the Fosters. I hated the treatment of James Olsen. Like, what are you doing with him? First, he's Lucy's love interest. He's kind of in a love triangle with Lucy and Kara, and then himself. And he has feelings for Kara, but is still with Lucy. I kind of wanted to see them as a couple more. I wish Lucy was around. Because, you know, she's a woman of color and she isn't, I mean, she looks white. That's a other video for later. POC struggles. What do you think? Yeah, I'm going to do that. They completely forgot about Lucy. I mean, I know that Jenna Dewan Tatum probably doesn't live in Canada, so it'd probably be really hard for her to do the show, but yeah. James, like, we don't even get to see Kara and James' relationship progress. It's like, oh, I want to be a working person, figure out my career. Bye, James. And then literally, like, after she breaks up with James, sorry, they bring in Mon-El, who, Mon-El could have been a really great character if he was more like his comic book counterpart or a cool person who wanted to be a hero. No! Instead, Mon-El is just the frat boy of the universe, as Kara would say, / dude bro. And then he becomes Kara's love interest, and he's a former slave owner. Which, I won't get into too much detail on why I hate Carmel, because I already made a video on that. But I don't like the fact that James was shoved aside for some bland white guy. Like, literal, just some white guy who comes in, is Kara's love interest, and he doesn't even treat her with respect to begin with. He's crappy, he's misogynistic. Oh, and did I mention he's a former slave owner? So, you literally replace the black man with a frickin' slave owner. And I'm just like, you're supposed to be progressive, Supergirl, but no, you're not. So, yeah, James's treatment is why I fell out of it. Like, oh sweet, we're gonna have Megan Mars, and we're gonna have like more female friendships, and like Kara and Megan will have things in common because they're literally from another planet. They're aliens, their families died, like corruption, all of that. Kara can have someone to talk to, bond with, and they can be like superheroes together. Nope. Like shoved off the show for like 2 episodes, and we don't even get to see her very much. And she's the love interest to John, which wouldn't be so weird if I didn't watch like Justice League. Sorry. Sorry, that's gross. And they were like a niece uncle dynamic, so it's really just weird. But yeah, now Kara doesn't have a female friend, and said she's got this frickin' jar of mayonnaise, who's just he's an asshole, and I don't like Mon-El. Glad he's gone. And now he's getting his more storylines. It's like, oh, and then suddenly Mon-El goes away. Oh, bam, James is back in the picture. Like, James goes missing for several episodes, and I can go on and on about that all day. But you probably don't want to hear me rant about it. Another reason I don't watch, I learned, it kind of turned me off that, like, again, you're supposed to cast a woman of color, like a Latina woman of color, for Maggie Sawyer, but you casted a white woman with the tan, and like, she's not a woman of color at all. I mean, yes, there are white Latinas, but don't like lie and say you're a Latina and you're a non-white Latina and then cast a white woman in the role. Like, just what they do. And people are probably going to be asking, but Carly, why are you even complaining? You're half white, which is probably going to be another video for later. Because, you know, being half white means I can't stick up for people of color. I'm totally kidding, but that's how it makes me feel when people is like, why do you even care? Oh, you're half white. Yep, I am. And I'm half black. I'm both. I get the best of both worlds. So yeah. Okay. Sorry for that little rant, but and then season 3, episode 1, which I only watched snippets of. What the hell? Cara Denver sucks. She's not human. I'm like, all this for a freaking for Mon-El, who's basically a freaking jar of mayonnaise. Or Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip's more disgusting, by the way. I mean, mayonnaise is good, but Miracle Whip is gross. Who's like a fucking jar of Miracle Whip, sorry for my language. But he's just not, like, interesting. And I don't know why she's obsessed over him. And he continues to treat her like crap. He couldn't even tell her that they were married and she didn't know. It's like, oh, hey, you're back. Oh, my wife's awake. Let me kiss. So, yeah, I just don't like Supergirl. Plus, I heard the cast has done some... Well, I heard about the whole Lena thing. And, like, somebody said... Apparently, Melissa Benoist said, I can't be homophobic. I was on Glee. It's like, okay. This is just stupid. And then we had to have the whole episode revolving around Maggie being a character who was a woman of color / lesbian, and her dad was also a MOC, but even though he's played by a white actor and he's not a person of color, and neither is Maggie Sawyer, so then you have that whole bullshit storyline, even though it was probably well acted out and they did a good job, but it's like, that just does not seem genuine. Like, just say that you're a white woman who likes to go tanning a lot. Not this whole, oh, I'm a person of color with struggles. Like, I feel like that's insulting to actual people of color who happen to be white passing, who are struggled to be seen, who struggle with their identity. I feel like that is just disrespectful. But that's just my personal opinion, so yeah, that's why I kind of quit Supergirl. Also, if I had to go with the black Jimmy Olsen, I would have cast Taj Mowry. But that's just me. Okay, now on to why I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow anymore. I got better shows. Okay, reasons I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow. 1, the couples suck. All the couples suck. You treated the Hawkman and Hawkgirl like crap, and they're star-crossed lovers, and then you kill off Carter really quickly. Excuse me. And then it's like, oh, you just slapped Kendra and Ray together just because. I didn't really feel it. No chemistry. She had better chemistry with Sarah Lance, and I don't even like Sarah Lance because we'll get to that in a few moments. But it's just like, why? And then you slap Amaya, aka Vixen 2, with, or 1. I don't even, should I call her Vixen 1 or 2? Let me know in the comments. And then you slap him with Nate. Even though Amaya has a granddaughter who is around Nate's age, okay? And Amaya worked with Nate's grandfather who is around her age, and they're not even from the same time period. She's like, she was probably born in the 1920s, like 1940s, or is like from the 1940s, and he's from God's nowhere. God knows where. And he's like old enough to be her grandson, but because of the time machine, they're like the same age, and you know what I mean? It's really confusing. I apologize for the confusingness. Yeah, so no couples on that show makes sense. The other reason I don't watch it is mainly because Sarah Lance, and I've gone on a couple of rants about her. Her character is basically lead the team. She's like, yeah, I was a former member of the League of Assassins. And my life is just so miserable. Well, okay, well, she's not miserable, but... And then, like, why does she always have to be sleeping around with someone? Which is why I don't want Black Lightning in Legends of Tomorrow to cross. I don't want Anissa and Sarah to be interacting. I don't want them sleeping together. And speaking of Black Lightning, where the hell is Grace? Can Grace come back so Anissa can have a girlfriend? So I just don't want Sarah and... I don't want Sarah and Anissa hooking up just because they're girls who like girls, and that's kind of what it felt like when her and Alex hooked up. I mean, fine, whatever, but like, just Sarah, just stop. And when I look at Sarah, I hate saying this, and I am so gonna get punched in the face. I see Oliver with boobs, and I'm so tired of... I love Laurel Lance, and don't get me wrong, I love Black Siren, but my biggest problem is that, there's no way to bring Sarah back at all. She's just or Laurel back at all. She's dead permanently. No way to bring her back. Okay, first of all, Mark Guggenheim, you idiot, and Wendy Miracle, which, by the way, why the hell is your last name Miracle? It should be like Wendy Unlucky or Wendy Unmiracle or something. I don't know. Okay, you bring back Sarah. You let Laurel bring back Sarah via Lazarus Pit, okay? Fine, she doesn't have the resources. Laurel was desperate to save her sister. Sarah, on the other hand, isn't as desperate. Even though Sarah has everything she possibly could need, or possibly have, Sarah has everything she needs. Like everything. She has a time machine, advanced medical technology. She has access to advanced medical technology. She had the Spear of Destiny, and now this deathy thingy. Like, death thing. What is it? The death totem. She could have brought her back that way. She could have also brought... Oh, and then we could, if Black Siren is willing to, she could let... Black Siren could relinquish her body to Laurel. To Earth 1 Laurel. And then Earth 1 Laurel could have the Canary cry. And then we'd have a nice combination. And then we'd have the Black Canary we deserve. And then we can get rid of fucking Tina Bolin, because Tina Bolin's the worst. And I just swore again, I'm sorry. But Tina Bolin's the worst. Like, she's just a nuisance to Laurel's existence. And I feel that way with her. And I probably wouldn't feel that way had she, like, tried everything in her power to make amends with Laurel, and I guess, here we go again, I'm bringing that up again, but I don't like Sarah Lance at all. Like, she's probably on my worst character list ever. Her backstory is ugly. Just Sarah Lance in general, her backstory is ugly. It's trashy, it's slutty, it's nasty. I hate it. And she also exists at the expense of a woman of color, an Asian woman, because Arrow treats Asians like crap. And no. I'm just, like, done with those shows. I might return to watching them. Supergirl, I hate how James is treated. Kara, I'm kind of not fond of Kara. I hate Mon-El and her together, and I'm glad they're not together anymore. Hopefully not, because I haven't been watching. But that's kind of why I stopped watching these shows. And I'm sorry for my Sarah Lance rant again. And I've gone on about it, why I don't like her. But these are just my opinions. So, if you like this video, leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe, and have a nice one.